select with concatenation. Now, there might be need for you to join a column to another column or join a column to a literal string. In this case, one way which you can get this done is by using concatenation. Concatenation will join in quotes, columns, or character strings together. And one way by which you can carry out a concatenation is either by using the plus sign or the concat keyword. So we're going to look at how we can carry out concatenation using both methods. Now, concatenation would create a resultant column, which is a character expression. Let's head over to our server and see how concatenation works by either using the plus sign and the concat. We'll look at the differences and also the similarities. Now, let's see how we can put concatenation into practice by attempting this business question. Now, your manager wants you to record all the customer name from the customer table. He also wants the name as a single column called full details. Now, this column called full details will contain the title, the first name, the middle name, and last name, all separated by a space, meaning that each of the columns concatenated as a single column called full details will be separated by a space. Now let's look at the table called customer table. So I'm going to select star from sales LT dot customer, and I would run this. Connect my server. Great. Now in this table we have the title, the first name, the middle name, and the last name. But what we want to do is bring everything together as a single column called first name and separate each of the title, the first name, the middle name, the last name by a comma. So we can do this using two methods, either by using the concat keyword or by using the plus sign. Now, the concat keyword is a function that is available using the ANSI standard of SQL, ANSI being American National Standard Institute, right? However, the plus sign itself is what is susceptible to, or what is specific to the Microsoft SQL server. Right, so any of those two methods can work, either using the concat or the plus sign. But we'll see a little difference between the two. Let's start with the concat. So I'm going to put a comment here. Let's say using the concat, and start with select. So I would say select concat. I'll start with title. And they said it's going to be separated by a space. Now, a space is a literal string. What that means is I need to put that in quotes. So I would say comma here, quote, space, quote, comma, first name, comma, quote, space, quote, comma, last name or middle name, comma, quote, space, quote, comma, and last name. Now it's going to be as full name or a full details. So I would say as an alias, I'll call this full details. And all these are coming from sales LT dot customer. Great. Now I'm going to run entire thing here and execute. Fantastic, great job. Now you can see how we have used the concat to create a resultant column and using an alias to rename the resultant column as full details. Now we're going to see how we can use the plus sign to also achieve the same. Now let's try the concatenation using the plus sign. So here I would write a comment, say using the plus sign. Now it starts with select, and what am I selecting? I'm selecting the title first. Now I would say title plus Remember, it's going to be separated by a space, being a literal. So I'll put that in quotes, space, quotes, plus first name, plus quotes, space, quotes, plus last name or middle name plus quotes, space, quotes, plus last name. Great. Now all these are coming from sales LT dot customer. Great, fantastic. Now I can run this. Remember, this is going to be an alias. So I'll call this as full detail. Great. Now I can run the entire thing and execute. Now you can see that using the plus sign, we have a little bit of some null here and null there. Now, if I were to run both cells together or both queries together, and let's compare the difference. Now you can see for the first row, using the concat, I had the full name. But for the second row, using the concat, I had only the first name and the last name, meaning that in the middle name, I had a null value. However, using the plus sign for the second row, I had a null. So what that means here is when you use the plus sign to carry out a concatenation, right? If there happens to be a null value in one of the rows, irrespective of how many records you have in that row, it definitely would return null.